OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely things to read in a political memoir.
So we were playing Truth or Dare, and I didn't want to tell the truth, so I shagged Edwina Curry.
Big Ben struck 12 and stopped. Thank God. My buttocks were on fire.
I thought I'd pressed the button that summoned the tea lady. Imagine my surprise when it turned out I bombed Russia.
I think the greatest thing about meeting the Queen was listening to him singing Candle in the Wind.
Yeah.
Say what you like about Robert Mugabe, but that moustache makes all the difference to foreplay.
I suspected that John Prescott was having an affair when the four legs of his desk came through the ceiling above me.
I was actually at college with Saddam Hussein. We were at Sussex together doing chemistry and combined inhumanities.
At the start, there were 3 women in the cabinet, 5 in the cellar and 2 under the patio.
Deciding to go to war was one of the tensest games of eeny, meeny, miny, mo I have ever played.
We'd sometimes break up boring cabinet meetings by convincing David Blunkett he was black.
Oh, when we got into Bosnia, the first thing we did was get the United Nations troops setting up trestle tables with plates of cheese straws and sausage rolls. But it turns out we were supposed to provide a buffer, not a buffet.
John Prescott, a book by me.
Take that, you bastard, he said. No one fucks with Mahatma Gandhi.
In other royal news, who's been found in a car park in Leicester?
Stan Collymore.
This is Richard III, isn't it?
It is Richard III, yes.
Do you know about Richard III?
I know a little bit about Richard III, yes.
Well,
Although my image of Richard III would be kind of... because we weren't taught a lot of that in school, is of the Shakespeare...
So he was...
I think that was...
Skywalker! Your friends cannot save you now! Death Star will be quite operational. Your friends arrive.
You get a different version. You get a different version to us.
Richard III was the man who lost the War of the Roses to Alan Titchmarsh. He died at the Battle of Bosworth, and his remains have been found under a car park in Leicester, which is great, but they don't know what to do with him because he's lost his ticket and he's got £6 grand in back payments. He's got to pay another 50 because he's buried across 2 spaces.
I'm amazed that anyone's shocked about finding him. The state of car parks these days, you can't walk 10 feet without putting your feet in a Richard III.
It's not a big deal either, is it? They found him in...
It's not a big deal.
They found Richard... It's not a big deal. They find Prince Harry in a skip most weeks.
I think it's an amazing addition to Leicester's Hall of Fame. They've got Engelbert Humperdinck, Shawaddy Waddy, Rusty Lee and now Richard III. It's the worst variety show of all.
All MC'd by Gary Lineker.
He's saying that he comes on at the end.
I'm suspicious it is Richard III, but firstly because, you know, they didn't have car parks in the olden days, and also because they found the bones in a small cardboard box labelled Southern Fried Chicken.
Well, I think that's the reason chickens do have a curvature of the spine.
Yes, they do.
Wings. It is, yes.
And people were a lot smaller then, so...
They were.
They weren't the size of a chicken.
That's the way I have found Richard III. Just a chicken carcass. Yeah, look. We didn't have to dig. One of the cars pulled out and it was just here.
They think he killed the Prince in Tower. They're not quite sure, but they think it was with a candlestick or the lead piping. That's one thing. And they think that now he was probably quite a good king, in fact. Don't know. He also said a horse, a kingdom for a horse.
I think he should be saying, the Force, the Force! My empire for the Force! Skywalker! That is the greatest thing of everything in the world. Like, oh, the Death Star will be quite operational.
There's a pitch beat in Monkey.
Yeah.
I have given... like a Chinese Death Star. This Death Star a lot cheaper than the other Death Star. But it's not faster. What the hell is this? You cross my palm with my lightsaber. I tell your fortune.
You deliver to Endor. Endor, I'll follow me.
You have to correct. I put down the force field so you can get in, innit?
This you may not have seen one. It was a story in Ireland in the Evening Herald in Dublin last week. And it's got a moving story. It's about Alzheimer's disease.
Oh.
It was, yeah. And the story basically was being a big head may be good for you. Scientists found that large-headed individuals with Alzheimer's have better memory and thinking skills than sufferers with small heads. All of which is quite interesting. You see, the next paragraph I found difficult to take. People with larger than average heads, like comedian appear to be better protected if they develop Alzheimer's disease, as studies suggest. Now, that would be all right if it wasn't for that. Like, the article actually came with a giant photograph of me next to the article under the word big head that protected against Alzheimer's. Written underneath that was extra large : report is good news for Dara O'Brien. No, it's not. It's not good news because I suddenly realised I've got a big head apparently. What do you mean you've suddenly realised?
Dara, protect us from the Alzheimer's.
Back in Canada, I did some modelling. It was for medical. It was for penile dysfunction. It was a before and after picture.
This is true. I didn't model. I don't model for big head things. I don't regard myself as having a large head. I don't have difficulty buying hats. I don't have difficulty getting into jumpers. It is... My head cost me no...
When did those three guys get here?
To be fair, a big head doesn't normally cause the owner a problem. It causes the owner's mother a problem. How does
Have you ever seen Dara?
It's smaller than my hips, for God's sake.
Your head is smaller than your hips. What kind of shape are you? You're a peanut.
Seriously. Of course my head is smaller than my hips.
Dara, but it's...
Is
Dara,
your
look
head
at me.
not smaller than your hips?
No!
Dara, look at me.
Oh, you're weird.
Yeah. Look at me. I'm going to take you to a hall of mirrors and show you how you should look. It's the kid from Mars. See, look at that. It's fine.
Your head is absolutely enormous. In fact, on a normal-sized head, that would be a full head of hair.
But the good thing is...
Are you not staying in my house tonight?
When Dara opens an umbrella, it's like one of them little cocktail ones.
To put in context how big it is, Dara, it has its own gravitational field. It's pulled in an entire planet behind it. This desk was straight when we started.
I was expecting sympathy. That's why I introduced it.
What I did was I said something about... I revealed a weakness in front of 6 comedians, and I thought, there's a group that'll help me through this.
I think of you all as friends. I don't think of you as comedians. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look at the first topic. And the first subject is relationships. Ellie.
So I've got quite a close relationship with my sister, and she's got my little nephew, Henry, who is a prick. No, he is. Don't take his side. You haven't met him. Because before he came along, I was the youngest in the family. I was the baby of the family, which we all know is the socially acceptable way for saying favourite. A role I was born to play until my sister, Slaggy McSlaggerson, got herself knocked up by some dude she had barely been married to for 6 years. Suddenly it was all about her and the baby within. Now, initially, naively, I did actually get quite excited about the pregnancy, because I think especially from, like, a female point of view, you wouldn't be human if you didn't get excited about your sister putting on a lot of weight. Had a lot of fun with that. We did. I changed her ringtone to the sound of a large lorry reversing. Just sisterly banter, really. But the banter stopped when the baby came, because suddenly it was all about him. No one paid me any attention anymore. Like, I don't know if you've ever had, like, sort of a family dinner with a small child around. It's a nightmare. There's food being thrown, there's shit everywhere, there's tits hanging out. You name it, I tried it, still nothing. Thank you.
Very good. OK, that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what you've been given us. Spin the wheel. And the topic is entertainment.
I'm reading a book at the moment. It's called The Anticlimax. The first part is good. I see Rihanna had to cancel a concert because she got salmonella. Ella. I also see that down by the Thames they're making another wheel, this time dedicated to Mary Poppins, called the London Diddle-Diddle-Diddle-Diddle-Eye. My grandmother, she got her scarf caught in one of those Ferris wheels, but she did regain consciousness. After all, what goes around... I was in a nativity play once. I was the man who scares the children because he comes into the hall on the wrong day to play badminton. Lionel Richie says hello, by the way. The other day, I saw a sheep pole dancing in a kebab shop.
Thank you very, very much. OK. Getting that round the point. Let's go back.
Basically, Ed Balls has been implicated in the plot to overthrow Tony Blair, because he was part of this whole idea of rebranding Gordon Brown as Project Volvo, because Gordon Brown was supposed to be dull and unreliable, basically, or dull and reliable.
Yes. Well, it was part... They did some research. The two parties did... Well, Labour did some research, and they found that Gordon Brown was likened, if you could get an object, he was likened to a Volvo, a bear or a buffalo. And they did some research on David Cameron, and they found that he was likened to a spritzer, an Alco Pop, a BMW or a horse.
Isn't this the idea that they wanted to rebrand him because when people given these abstract concepts, they thought Gordon Brown, they think of as beer and whiskey, and David Cameron as spritzer and Alco Pops? Who could look at that and think that that's negative towards Gordon Brown? Hello!
Spritzer drinkers among us.
I love them. I tell you what, if it was a Campari, you'd have had my vote. The memos that this was based on leaked, right? The last time Ed Balls saw the memos, he says, they were on his desk when he was Secretary of State for Children's Schools and Families. What kind of incompetent person leaves incriminating paperwork on a desk after they've left a job? Wait a minute. Frankie's plan to oust Dara?
Never happened.
The plan was to try and make him appear more normal.
Yes.
This is the thing. They wanted to hide his exceptional school record and the fact that he excelled as a student and was fast-tracked through politics because he was a really good student and really clever. And they wanted to hide that fact and make him seem more normal because that makes him appeal to the voters, to be more normal. People want to vote for someone who's like them. I want someone exceptional in number 10. I don't want someone who's like me. I spent 2 hours yesterday trying to remember if I'd had a shower yet or not. I'm just
true.
And sitting where I am now, I can tell you the answer for today is no.
It's a picture of David Cameron, who faced a difficult start to this year's Conservative Party conference in Birmingham this week. Why? What overshadowed the conference?
Well, Mark Reckless defected over to UKIP.
Indeed,
and in some ways, it's quite a surprise, isn't it, that UKIP accepted a defection from another party, because they don't really like outsiders coming in taking their jobs.
I like Mark... Well, I don't like Mark Reckless, but I like his name.
Yeah.
He could be like an 80s cop. Like, I'd like to see a drama where Reckless is thrown off the case. That's what I'd like to see.
And the other guy who's defected is called Carswell. So that's quite a good team, isn't it?
Reckless and Carswell.
Reckless
You're off the
Carswell.
case, Reckless. We're going to bring in Brian Irresponsible.
Yeah, but prior to this, the thing that he was most famous for, Mark Reckless, wasn't it, was that he got too drunk in the House of Commons and was incapable of voting. He couldn't actually get out of the bar door, if you remember. He was trying to open the bar door to go and vote, and he kept on opening it on his own foot without realising that it was his own foot in the way. And you're guessing he's probably been trying to leave the Conservative Party for years.
They're very angry at him. A lot of people calling him Judas. He hates that, because that's an immigrant's name.
The problem for all parties, though, when people defect, is you can defect whenever you want, right, to cause the maximum damage. But presumably you could get around that if you just had, like, you know, defection window, couldn't you? Like, you could have it like the transfer window, and then you could have, like, people defecting, and you could have deadline day, and it could all be covered by Sky News. So you get Tories going to UKIP, a couple of Lib Dems going to Labour, Labour bloke joined Stoke City by mistake.
Unlikely lines from a thriller.
What more evidence do you need that there is a mole? Look at the lawn.
Your wife's head in a box. You must be the most unlucky contestant ever on Deal or No Deal.
What colour wire do I have to cut? The lilac, the mauve, the salmon pink or the fuchsia?
I want to make you a vodka martini. You can't handle vermouth.
Is that a gun in your pocket, or are you just pleased to see me? She purred. Yes, it is a gun in my pocket, and I've just shot my cock off.
I'm telling you, there will be no attack. This is a side picked by Roy Hodgson.
So, Mr. Bond, we meet... Ah! Flipping cat!
I'm telling you, Captain, I work best alone! Or sometimes in a team! Basically, I'm saying I'm flexible.
So, Mr. Bond, we meet at last. Why didn't we have a Skype?
I would like to gently lift your horse's foot. You can't handle the hoof!
I had human liver with fava beans and a nice Chianti. But the entertainment was excellent and he was a lovely host. So I'm going to give Hannibal 7 out of 10.
Here's Johnny! Do you mind? I'm trying to have a shit in it.
This prostitute isn't dead, said the Norwegian detective. She's just pining for the fjords.
And as his eyes gradually became accustomed to the shadowy darkness, he realised he was not alone in that room. Who is it?
It's me, Peter
OK, the points go to Greg, Hugh and Chris. News. What has Prince Charles said is the largest challenge facing the world today?
Is it narrow doorways and you get your ears caught?
It's climate change.
Yes,
isn't
it's
it?
climate change rather
it's
than the
not
narrow
ears
doorways.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was ice buckets.
It's not ice buckets. No, are ice buckets the reason for climate change?
No, but they are one of the biggest challenges in...
They are. They are. Everyone has to do it at some stage.
Charles is worried, apparently, because we've only got another 30 years until climate change might be irreversible. And he's therefore worried that it might ruin his coronation.
This is Charles yesterday on the Royal Yacht, which is not quite as impressive as it used to be. Yeah.
Is this a summit in New York?
Yes, he's at a summit in New York.
China and India have not turned up to the summit, and they're like the worst ones for climate change, which is ridiculous. It's like Oscar Pistorius not going to an Oscar Pistorius trial, isn't it? And he's got the biggest carbon footprint going. That's the thing. I like a bit of climate change, isn't it? It's like, I was in the garden yesterday. It's September. It's lovely. It's October soon. Sitting in the garden still. No? Do you not have gardens?
That's weather. That's not climate.
Yeah, where does the weather come from? The climate. All I'm saying is, if it goes up a bit, you know, it's not that hot in Lewisham. It's nice to have a couple of extra degrees.
I'm glad you're having a nice day in the garden.
Thank you.
And I'm sure there's a polar bear somewhere going, all right, this seems to be getting smaller, but at least Lewisham is having a nice day.
So, yeah, we've had a rough few years. And I'm not going to bump into him anyway, am I?
I would love the ding-dong, and you open your door and there's a polar bear and they're going...
Well, to be fair, luckily, because
holding a tiny piece of ice under his arm.
To be fair...
My house!
Because of the narrow doorways, you won't even be able to get in anyway.
The United Nations, they're encouraging people to go vegetarian, aren't they? Because apparently one of the big problems with climate change is all these cows farting. So, yeah, either we've got to eat less meat or we need to give the cows a bit of Pepto-Bismol.
I don't understand that, because, like, if the cows farting is causing the problem, then surely eating them is the solution. I mean...
You think we're eating cows as a way of saving, you know, we should we've got to eat all the cows before they fart us into a climate change?
The thing, I mean, I'm speaking as a vegan, by the way, but there is a logical disconnect here, because, like, you know, you say that, you know, you don't want to have all these animals that are farting, whatever, but there is this point we have to go. We'd have to just, what do we do? Just release them into the public?
On the unlikely thing that the rest of us who aren't vegans suddenly go, do you know what? No. I'm not going to do that. No more meat. We all go, no more beef. There'll be other cattle farmers going, what am I supposed to do with this lot then? And you go, well, you just let them go. No. Let them go back into the wild where they belong.
Feed them to the polar bears.
The first subject is unlikely lines from a costume drama.
Madam, I'm in line to the throne, and as such, we shall be dining somewhere that befits my title. Pizza Express Woking.
Batman. I mean, I suppose technically it's a costume.
Heathcliff, let me in. I
just wondered if we could count on your vote on December 12th.
Generally, I am a footman, sir, although I do also like the bottom and the breasts.
Right, just reading this review from the Anne Boleyn musical. Says it was a good idea, but they didn't like the execution.
Lord Windermere is famed for his opulent balls. I've heard he wet shaves them.
Jag kan täcka land. Jag kan täcka lives. Men jag kan inte ha en accent.
You are Jane Eyre, so this must be your brother, Nike.
That new servant girl is so cold and unresponsive. Watch this. Alexa? Alexa?
Your Lordship, I am delighted and excited by the unexpected turn our correspondence has taken. I await with feverish excitement the next portrait of your engorged penis. Please accept this crude sketch of my boobs as a token of my affection.
My heart is in my mouth. My liver is in my anus. Jesus, this corset is tight!
Carson, please get your hand out of my trousers. When I told you to go below stairs, it wasn't a euphemism.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius. So, yeah, that's Mike, Alpha, X-ray, India, Mike.
As the ruler of this country, I demand some respect. When you see me, you will bow and you will say, yes, queen.
Mr. Darcy, I could never belong to you. I am promised to another, but I could give you a quick handy by emotions.
Now we play a round called Thief of Baghdad. This game involves Ed, Jack, Andy and Russell, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This is where we test our performers' stand-up skills. We spin our news generator. It settles on a topic and anyone can volunteer jokes about the chosen subject. The winners are the people I judge to produce the funniest stuff. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. First subject is sleep. Edbert.
Does anyone here sleep with someone who snores? Yes? Well, I envy you, because I lie awake next to someone who snores. My wife snores terribly, and part of what keeps me awake is lying there going, how do you sleep through this? I can't sleep through it, I'm only next to it. The noise is inside your head. And how come you can sleep through that? But the sound of me making a sandwich in our kitchen, that wakes you up. There is no way me making a sandwich makes more noise than you're making right now. She snores. So she said the cutest thing to me one time, though. She says, do I not sound like a kitten purring? Bless. No. You sound like a cat drowning in porridge. If I had a kitten made that noise, I'd put it down. Apparently she had her nose broken a couple of times when she was a kid. Didn't teach her, she's still bleeding snoring.
Thank you very much, Ed. OK, let's spin the wheel again. Subject is health. Andy Parsons.
With flu jabs now, what they do, don't they, is they put a little bit of flu into you to help you combat the flu. I was thinking by that argument, surely you should be able to have the odd cake to help you fight obesity. Because let's face it, you can do too much exercise, can't you? You know, did you see Madonna's arms? They didn't look right, did they? It's like half human, half Terminator. Of course, that's the problem when you're always picking up small African children going, no, no, no.
Thank you very much, Andy. OK, the leads were Russell and Jack. Let's spin the wheel. The next subject is television. Who wants to come into that? Jack.
I get very frustrated with pretty much everything on television. I find adverts at the moment particularly annoying, like the banking adverts, because they're trying to portray bankers as being nice people. Like, they've got this one at the moment for, like, a mobile bank that travels around the country, and you walk in and there's your friendly local bank manager acting like a hairdresser, like, nattering away. You know, you walk up to the till, it's like, oh, how was your holiday? I went camping. Oh, why did you go camping? Because you lost all of my money! Decided the only option I've got is just to not watch TV at all, because everything annoys me. And I've got quite a lot of people that pressure me into doing that as well. Like my dad, he's quite old-fashioned. He's always saying, you don't need to watch television. You should do other things, better things, more edifying things. Don't watch TV, Jack. You should read. Read the great novels. They're entertaining, they're educational. Even read the Bible. The Bible is engrossing. It's enthralling. The stories of Jesus, they're encapsulating, they're invigorating. I'm like, no, Dad. If I wanted to be entertained by 12 people sat round a table trying to impress some bearded Jewish know-it-all that thinks he's some kind of deity, I will watch The Apprentice.
Thank you very much, Jack Whitehall. OK, Russell, let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. That's fitness.
Could have been camel toes. Now, I was in the gym the other day. I was in a locker room, and a 5-year-old boy ran in and jumped into a locker. Now, sometimes you know you're just going to have an incident, right? You could hear him in there giggling, like, and you knew what he was going to do. He was going to jump out and scare his mates, because his mates appeared seconds later, like, where's Stephen gone? Where's Stephen? He was there a minute ago. This is most irregular. And he waited, not for his mates, but for 3 huge naked men. It was fantastic. They were kind of walking past, and this little kid leapt at those men like a cat with rabies. It was incredible, right? Just from nowhere, the noise they made, I've never heard a noise like it. They sounded like a tugboat getting molested. It was like, His long-suffering dad is in the showers, obviously heard this and went, that'll be my bloody boy! Ran back, confronted this glowing hellbeast and went, Stephen, what have I told you about acting up in public? And this little kid cut his dad down with one very simple sentence. Dad, your willy's moving? You're just there going, oh, the world is a better place.
Thank you very much, Russell. At the end of that round, the points go to Ed and Jack.
Unlikely personal ads.
I could be the man of your dreams. If you dream of a man who exposes himself to people on trains.
I'm a cat person. I sleep all day and I bury my poo in the garden.
For sex with no strings attached, don't shag a puppet.
Katie Price seeks new husband. Position temporary. Usual terms and conditions apply.
Looking for love in all the wrong places? Well, you wanted to be a priest.
Ugly fat bloke. Looking for a supermodel with a sense of humour.
Man prone to violent mood swings seeks lovely woman to go screw yourself. I love you!
Female, 22, 33, 52. One of them's my age. Are you feeling lucky, punk?
agoraphobic, seeks claustrophobic for doorstep encounters.
I am Ponus of the planet Testiclon 8. I seek a human female to take my seed. Make better world for both our planets. Dave, Croydon, box 414.
Pessimistic man seeks depressed old lady so as we can have some really shit times together.
Gorgeous, 5'11", black woman, amazing body, great rack. I just thought I'd put it out there.
I'm a George Clooney lookalike who's looking for a woman with visual impairment.
Do you like swinging? Meet me down by the swings.
I'm looking for a dominant woman. Tell me to call you.
Do you like dogs? Good, because I'm small, hairy, and hung like a border terrier.
Sophisticated, erudite man with fin de siècle tastes. 6 woman with massive norks.
Man with massive cock. 6 woman with large hen to discuss poultry farms.
At the end of that round, points go to Ed, Ava and Andy. First subject is weather.
Oh,
okay, Chris Adams.
We, in this country, massively overreact to weather. There was this a tornado in Birmingham a few years ago. The tiniest tornado you've ever seen in your life. In America, a tornado is a massive thing that destroys whole states. Here, the twister hit Selly Oak. And the entire British press went nuts. The Guardian said it dislodged roof tiles and smashed the plant pots. Oh, no! They interviewed these 2 lads on the Today programme on Radio 4. One of them said it was horrifying. He said, I was sat in my back room. I thought the window was going to come in. Next thing I knew, a bin liner flew past. Not a car. Not even a bin liner. It was so breezy. And he talked to his mate. They said, what was it? His mate had evidently been followed down the street by the tornado, right? Before, presumably, he went behind his gate and shot it and the tornado bounced off. What was it like? Ow! Ow! He said, ow. It was horrifying. He said it was like being followed down the street by a giant carrot. Not a whirling funnel of death. A giant carrot. I ate vitamins.
Thank you very much, Chris. Now we play a round called It's Getting Hot in Here, so take out all your jokes. This game involved Tiff and Ramesh, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. The first subject is magazines. Who wants to come in on that?
OK. As a woman, most of your life is designed to make you feel a little bit shit. And magazines are responsible for that. You know, magazines like OK, which I look at on the shelves and think, when are they going to stop putting people on the front of that who are quite clearly not OK? Magazines will recommend that you have plastic surgery. That seems to be everywhere. Too much plastic surgery these days. I think that's why they've invented emoticons. Right, they're for women who've had too much plastic surgery, so you can just hold up an iPad and say, I feel happy, I feel sad, I feel like a smiley poo with eyes. But I think the worst thing that magazines do is they perpetuate trends, really bad trends, right? I don't know how you guys feel about vajazzling. But I genuinely believe it is a plot by religious groups to get gay men interested in vaginas. By making them look like disco balls. I told my mum about the vajazzling, right? I said, Mum, they do this thing now where they put Diamante on your downstairs. And my mum just went, vajazzling? In my day, you were lucky if you gave it a wash.
Thank you very much, Jeff. OK, that leaves us with Ramesh. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is parenting.
I'm a parent. You know, we had our first child, and our first child is such a lovely kid. You know, he always says please and thank you. He's such a wonderful, wonderful little boy. I said to my wife, do you know what? I think we might have mastered parenting. I think it's just about setting clear boundaries and being consistent. The second one, feral. Right. Like, I love him, but what a prick this kid is. Like, I love him, but what an unacceptable human being. Like, I love him, but I don't like him. You know, that's... Like, I'm going to have to say to him one day, you're a mistake. And not, like, in the way that the contraception went wrong. Like, the decision to have you was a mistake. Sometimes I want him to get hurt. There you go, I said it. Now, listen. I don't mean really hurt. I don't mean really hurt, I just mean a little bit. You know, because he doesn't listen, this kid. When I say to him, don't do that, dude, because if you do that, you're going to get hurt. And then he does it, and he doesn't get hurt. That pisses me off, right? Because that is life telling him that I'm full of shit. This kid's running with scissors with no consequences. Do you know what I mean?
Very good. Again, the points for Tits Everton. Come on back, both of you. By how many seats did the Conservative Party fall short of an overall majority at this year's general election? Did you watch it? Did you sit back?
I loved it. It's
great, isn't it?
It's the most British election I ever thought I would see, because no one wanted it to happen, nothing has really changed, and the only people happy are the losers.
That's great, isn't it?
Perfect.
It is the most victorious loss that I've seen since the Jamaican bobsleigh team in Cool Running.
Corbyn kissing his lucky egg?
Yeah. Don't you call Diane Abbott an egg?
Apologies. So it sort of felt like they campaigned on quite diffuse things, like Labour were talking about, you know, schools and hospitals, and Theresa May kept talking about British values. And the problem is British values mean different things to different people. Like, to some people it means sort of openness, tolerance, and a sense that you should be able to achieve whatever you want regardless of where you're born. And to other people it means white people. Yeah.
Father, thanks, Reece, for coming in, for balancing off the panel, because we haven't had any just openly racist people on. And we do get a lot of criticism for being a bit lefty, you know, liberal and all that, so it's been useful to have you in.
It's a pleasure to represent my people.
Yeah, but exciting as it unfolded as well.
It was pretty sweet, because she called the election because she was just showing off about trying to get the landslide, trying to show how strong she was. It's like watching someone flex their muscles and then straining too hard and immediately shitting themselves.
What's the difference between a podium and a plinth?
Well, that is... that's a lectern.
Yeah,
a podium is the thing that you kind of... that stands on, isn't it?
Well, a plinth is the thing a statue is on. You can place a podium on a plinth, but you can't place a plinth on a podium.
That sounds like a tongue twister.
This is the kind of Irish wisdom we can all look forward to.
Which neatly brings us to the Democratic Unionist Party, who are the new power brokers. Let me just reassure you that you may be enjoying my work, or Graham Norton's work, or Terry Wogan's work. The DUP are not in the whimsical end of Irish... Well, in the gentle comedy of the slightly wry look at life, they're in the chaining up swings on a Sunday so children can't play School of Irish Politics.
Why didn't you never tell us about them?
Because, Frankie...
It's been 12 years or whatever this show's been going for. You're just going, you know, all the stuff you normally say, that they won't let me fight the robots and robot wars or whatever.
Give me one round where I can fight the robots with a weapon of my choice. And we'll see who's the winner there. Who's a Lord now, Mr. Killalot. Why have I not told you about the pleasures of the DUP? Because you ain't ready for the DUP. Wait till you meet the people who don't believe in dinosaurs. That is... OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. And the first subject is health. Ed Campbell.
So, in the last 3 years, I've lost 6 stone in weight. Cheers. No, too late. A lot of audiences like to clap, they like to whoop, they like to cheer. You guys just went with staring, and that is absolutely fine. That's all right, that's fine. I think I might have made a mistake as well, because I'm not as happy now. I thought health would equal happiness. Turns out the happiest moments of my life were just me, sat on the sofa, in my pants, laughing through a mouthful of cake. I'm a more worried person now. I think, am I eating the right thing? Am I exercising enough? I went for a run the other day. I accidentally swallowed a fly. I had to Google how many calories is a fly. 6 per serving, if you're wondering. Weirdly now, I feel like an undercover fat person who's been secretly sent into the lair of the thin people to gather information on what those crazy villains are doing. And then I feed it back to the fat people. You've got to feed it back. We eat anything. So I'm in there just going, what are these thin people up to? What's going on? Oh, interesting. That guy's got a packed lunch, but he's actually eating it at lunchtime. Well, I have never seen that before. He's not just made it in the morning and then eaten it on the bus on the way to work. And then bought chips at 1. That is intriguing resolve. They're using phrases I've never heard before. Things that only thin people say. I think I've got some biscuits. I'll just go and check. Who's living their life like that? Who buys biscuits and then forgets that they exist? That is unacceptable. I'm so deep undercover, I've met the bosses of the thin mafia. People who don't even like food that much. You go, oh, no, I'm not really a food person, you know. No, it's not. It's more of a fuel, isn't it? It helps me get through the day. If you don't like food, then what are you thinking about all of the time?
Thank you very much, Ed Campbell. That leaves us with Milton. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. The topic is shopping.
Tricky, isn't it, when you go to buy a toaster, and at the end the shop assistant says, well, what about insurance? And you don't want to, but you end up taking a hostage. Recently, I bought the autobiography of Francesco Cello, the man who invented sellotape. But I couldn't find the beginning. So, lads, if you want to confuse a girl, best thing to do is buy her a pair of chocolate shoes. So I took my cases and my clothes to Tesco, because they say they help you pack your bags. Instead, everyone was just running around going, do you want some fruit and veg? Do you want some fruit and veg? Do you want some fruit? Turns out it was one of those hypermarkets. What else can I tell you about myself? I own a small zoo and a pirate ship, although not at the same time. I didn't buy that much Lego. I mean, we think of pirates as being all smiley. It turns out they're actually all Somali.
Thanks again, and go to a Gambo!
Now we play a round called Boris Johnson and his Chamber of Secrets. This game involves Tom Allen and Milton Jones. If you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch the wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is school. Who's going on that? Tom.
Hello. I went to quite a rough school. I know. Isn't it moving? And it was a sort of school where people would come up to you and say things like, "Hey, you, do you want to fight, do you? Do you want to fight?" Is that why you look at me like that? Yeah, you want to fight? Yeah, don't you want to fight? Don't you want to fight? And I'd always say, "Oh, no, thank you. But thanks for thinking of me." Those girls could be so cruel. And at my school, to avoid getting picked on, everyone had the same of everything. So everyone had, like, the same pencil case. It was a pencil case that was made to look like a packet of Walker's Crisps. And in it, everyone had the same Oxford math set, which was like a tin pencil case, which contained a ruler, maybe a foldable ruler for travel. A foldable ruler, which was great for underlining things, wasn't it? Until you got to the middle. Big bump in the middle. And a set square, which wasn't a square, it was a triangle. And a compass. Oh, I'm glad I learned how to use a compass. Not a day goes by. It's a perfect circle. It's got a hole in the middle, but it's a perfect circle. And, like, when do you even get to use that math set? I mean, occasionally you'll get to do proper grown-up maths, or math as they call it in America, don't they? But we do it more than once. When you get to do things like trigonometry and SOHCAHTOA. Do you remember that? SOHCAHTOA, SOHCAHTOA. Do you remember that? SOHCAHTOA. That's a thing. SOHCAHTOA. Sine equals opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse. I mean, now, as an adult looking back, it would have been nice, wouldn't it, if they spent maybe half an hour, or even just like 10 minutes, just 10 minutes going, "This is a pension scheme." This is how you fill in a tax return. This is how you mend a broken heart. This is how you tell an estate agent to fuck off.
Thank you very much, Tom. OK, that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is shopping.
Those reward cards are rubbish, aren't they? I've got too many points on one of them, and now I'm not allowed to drive. It's really important if you buy something, of course, to read all the instructions. I don't know if you've ever tried to fill a baboon with helium. Prit is not the best lip salve I've ever used. I couldn't complain. Southern Comfort tastes nice. Ordinary Comfort tastes like fabric softener. But at least your burps smell of summer meadows. When I was in America, I really got into the culture, so I went into a shop and the guy said, "Have a nice day," and I didn't, so I sued him.
And it's food.
Oh, OK. Oh, very similar topics. I once went to a buffet in Reading, and that's not even the joke. It was organised by a woman called Wendy, and it was so beige. It was so bland. It was like a buffet representation of Reading. I looked across this buffet, right? They put out sausage rolls, right, where they just whipped off the cellophane and put the corrugated plastic straight down on the table. Like we were dogs! Then we had Scotch eggs, right? Scotch eggs cut into quarters. Apparently no one can eat a whole one. Then we had breadsticks displayed in a pint glass. I thought I was at a fucking UKIP rally. Then she starts putting down cold pizza slices next to wontons. No one's mixed Italian and Chinese cuisine like that since Marco Polo. Then she brought out the quadrant of dips. You know, the 4 dips. The 4 dips of the apocalypse. The white one. The other white one. Then there's a green one. What's that? Guacamole. Then there's a pink one. What's that made of? Sillet bang? I was just glad to have something made of some sort of colour. Anyway, it was a terrible buffet, but thank you very much, Wendy.
The topic is communication.
Not a good day today. No one turned up to the first meeting of my sarcasm club, despite loads of people saying how much they were looking forward to it. Do you ever do that thing when you're on the phone? You put it down.
No, you put it down.
No, you put it down.
Listen, you're a qualified vet and it's an old dog.
Do you know, it was so cold the other day in the city of Chester, when I ordered a taxi, I ended up in Chichester. The only bright point of the journey was seeing a car going the other way with a seatbelt round a kebab. My wife and I, we argue sometimes. You've left the lid up, you've left the lid up. Yes, but what if it's a man, the next person to use the toilet? It's a pedal bin, it's a pedal bin. It was her birthday recently. I took her to an orchard in Somerset. We stood for about 20 minutes. Not the Apple Watch she wanted.
Thank you very much. The topic is exercise.
Also a picture of me. I'm not very good at exercise. I joined the gym. I joined Virgin Active because there wasn't a Virgin Passive. And I found the whole process very intimidating. Like, when you go in there, you're confronted with all the cardio area, like the cardio area. They call it cardio because that's where you go to have a heart attack. And then at the other end, they have what they call the free weights section, the free weights, which I have no business being in because it's for the bigger boys. The bigger boys go there all day. They're lifting things all day, trying to get big arms, trying to turn their arms into legs. And I think it all really started at school. Like, I didn't like doing PE at school. What would happen is, after assembly, one class would have to stay behind in the hall because they'd be doing gym. And I never found out who Jim was. The worst bit was if you had to use the apparatus. And the apparatus basically was this huge, terrifying cage which had to be buckled to the wall. It was so terrifying. And older children would have to come in who'd been trained by the army. And they'd come in and they'd untether its bonds, they'd pull a lever and it would lurch out and it would swing out, and these huge, terrifying arms have to be buckled to the floor, otherwise it would just swing out and kill everybody. And they had all these bars and ropes and chains. It was very much like a weekend I recently spent in Berlin.
Thank you very much. And the topic is parenthood. Away you go, Milton.
I went back to my parents' house the other day, looked into my neighbour's garden where I used to steal apples as a toddler. They didn't mind me stealing apples. It was dressing up as a toddler they thought was weird. I come from a family of auctioneers. There's my mum, my dad, my Uncle Philip, Auntie Eileen, my dying grandfather, going. I said to my dad, I keep making mistakes. He said, you're talking to the wrong person. I said, oh, no, not again. He said, well, it wasn't as bad as that Uber driver I had the other day. He fell asleep. So Calvin Klein's mum has labelled everyone else's pants. When my daughter was born, she had jaundice, so there she was, small, round, and yellow. We called her Melanie. Apparently, I didn't even turn up to one of my own children's christenings, according to one of them, who shall remain nameless.
And travel. Travel, OK, fine. Well, I travelled from over there. Hello. One of my favourite travel experiences was at secondary school when we went on the school music trip to France. And to get on the school music trip to France, you had to be part of the choir. I was in the choir, and it basically meant you got to hang out with all the other 13-year-old homosexuals who didn't yet realise they were homosexuals and their chatty female friends. And it was a great place to go and learn how to play a show tune on the flute. Not a euphemism. And this was back in the day when it didn't matter where you were going with the school. If you went on any school trip, you had to go by coach. Like, if you go to Australia, you go by coach. This was supposed to be a 5-day trip to France. We spent 2 days on the coach getting there and 2 days getting back. It was basically a day in France. So, on this trip, you really had to make the best of the coach trip. And for me, my favourite bit was when we got to stop off at the French hypermarket. So I thought that would be a great place for me to show off how much better I am than everybody else, because I'd actually been paying attention in French. So I went over to the patisserie and I said to the man there, "Bonjour, je voudrais un croissant, s'il vous plaît." And according to the French classes, the man behind the counter should have responded by saying, "Oui." Il y a un croissant ici, which, when you think about it, is basically the equivalent of someone coming over here and saying, "Hello, I'd like to buy a pasty, please." And then the man behind the counter responding by saying, "Yes!" There is a pasty here. I'm not even mentioning that it's part of a meal deal. So I said, "Bonjour, je voudrais un croissant, s'il vous plaît." And then the man behind the counter responded in normal French by going, blah, 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 blah. I had no idea what he was saying. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, my friend Kevin was no help. The only French he spoke was the French horn, which is a euphemism. I mean, I say they teach us how to speak French. Most of the time, they teach us how to sing it. I mean, I could have stood there and gone, "Quelle est la date de ton anniversaire?" But the idea of a 13-year-old English homosexual standing in the middle of a French hypermarket going, "What is the date of your birthday? What is the date of your birthday?" Couldn't be any more absurd. So I just responded by saying, "Oui, oui, d'accord, d'accord." Ended up with 8 kilograms of ham.
Thank you very, very much. Boys there at the top.
It's crime. Where you go.
So, I had my cheese grater stolen. I got burgled, not for the cheese grater. When you get burgled, everyone says the same thing to you. Everyone says, "Oh, tell you what the worst thing about being burgled is? It's knowing that a stranger's been through your things." You go, "No. It's not the worst thing about being burgled, is knowing a stranger has my things." If they had just been browsing, I wouldn't have given a shit. Offer me 2 options. 1, come home, my laptop is gone. Or 2, come home, find a stranger in my room going, "Well, I like this T-shirt, but have you got it in a large?"
thought my dad had said I've been burgled. He said, we know why you've been burgled and we haven't. It's because we're in the neighbourhood watch. I said, no, it isn't. It's because you live in Devon. A small village in the middle of nothing, but mile upon mile of moorland. I mean, no one's going to burgle you, because whatever they took, it wouldn't cover their petrol money. From what I can tell, the only proactive thing the neighbourhood watch does is once a month they have a meeting. All that does, it tells burglars for one night out of every 30. All houses are empty and unwatched. There's this paranoia about crime back in Devon, where I'm from. Went back recently, went into the local co-op, and it's a tiny co-op in a tiny village. But I went up to desk, and there was a sign that said, did you know we now do legal advice? And obviously my first reaction was, no. And to be honest, I was pleasantly surprised you did sugar puff, so... Why is the co-op now doing legal advice? Just too many people coming in going, I'll have 10 silk cut, a Viennetta, and I've killed a man.
Well done, very good. Well among you.
What was John Prescott up to last week in this photo?
This was when he'd just fallen through a Stargate. he'd been doing some policy measures in ancient Egypt, and then woof! Quantum leap straight into a kids' 100 metres final.
How far into the 100 metres final is he there?
A yard, I think.
Essentially, yeah. He is actually, yeah, he's just taken off.
Is it not a mark of some stupidity that he seems to be kind of reaching for the line with 99 metres to go?
I think the idea was the Prescott dip.
Actually, about 3 yards later, this is what he looked like. To be fair to him, he pulled a muscle. Right? He hasn't sufficiently warmed up.
He seems to become an
exercise mistake.
He seems to have become an awful lot shorter as well, which is a bit...
He looks like he's offering an unusual service to one of his juniors.
Why did he do it, though? I mean, why do politicians do these stupid, humiliating things?
Because
he's supposed to be busy. I mean, we all know he's, an embarrassment, and the government, are looking for a place to bury him. But nominally, he's the Deputy Prime Minister. And he turns up at a school and joins in with a race? He's depicting himself as a moron. Now, maybe he is a moron, but there should at least be a team of people round him trying to stop him looking quite the moron he clearly is.
Clearly, there are 3 advisors there.
Going, what the hell? You joined in with the race, you wanker. They're children. You were wearing your coat. Of course you pulled a muscle, you fat git.
Let's have a look at the first topic. First topic is health.
I had to have my penis looked at. By a doctor. I didn't just wake up one morning and go, oh, more people should be looking at this, quite frankly. I used to spend an hour a day at my bedroom window with it pressed up against the glass. It was a scary experience having to go to the doctors. I thought I should build up the courage to get down there and have it looked at. Well, I went in there, my courage flew out the window like a little bird. Because as soon as I went in there, I found out that the doctor who I had an appointment with was a lady doctor. Now, I obviously don't have a problem with ladies being doctors. In fact, give them the vote, that's what I say. But there is a worry if there's a lady poking round down there. In that context, what if your nethers decide, ooh, think it's time to go to work? Luckily, then, I remembered I'm not an Alsatian whose lipstick pops out at the slightest whiff of an undercarriage. I needn't have worried because she was a good doctor, she was a great doctor. She put me at ease straight away using one word. This is what she said. She said, OK, Mr Gamble, just go behind that curtain there and pop it out for me. There's the word pop. Now, pop is a lovely word. As soon as I heard that word, I knew everything was going to be fine, because she was not expecting anything big in that area at all. Because the word pop is reserved for very small things. No one has ever said, come in, help me, pop the elephant in the van, have they? So I was relaxed. Better than me going in there and her saying, OK, just heave yourself out your trousers, woman. Just haul yourself out the front of your trews. Just swing yourself over in my direction. Maybe I can bring out this Shire horse and he can drag your junk over towards my workstation. Or open this corner cupboard and bring out a team of pantomime dwarves who can shoulder your meat and waddle it over towards me, like pallbearers at a weird circus cock funeral. Thank you.
Good job. OK, that leaves us with Rob. Let's see what we've been left with for a topic. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is growing up.
Yeah, I've had a big year. I've been growing up, got married. And I live with her as well. We're doing I like it, it's exciting. She's pretty happy about the marriage, though. She's got a passport now, so... But it's weird, though, like, when you're getting, like, you grow up and you get, like, your friends all getting couples and stuff like that, they always go, like, why don't we do Come Dine With Me? No. If we're going to do a television programme, let's do Total Wipeout. It's much more fun, isn't it? I don't want to just cook more. And it's weird, though, because my mum did different things when she was growing up. She used to do Tupperware parties, and these don't exist. This is where groups of grown women used to buy and sell lumps of plastic. Like, what kind of night is that? And, like, the only thing that ever got bought at a Tupperware party was a big bowl, going to be used for salads in the summer, just turned into the house sick bowl. Everyone's got one of these horrible bowls in their house. It's a bowl you keep in your house that every member of your family's been sick in at least once. What kind of life's that for the bowl? He's at the Tupperware party, I'm a big bowl, going to see some salads in my time. No, mate, sick forever. The thing is, as well, like, I used to come home from the pub, not even going to be sick, just a bit pissed. And Mum goes, get in the sick bowl, you need the sick bowl. Oh, I don't need the sick bowl, Mum. But I get the bowl, I look in it, get flashbacks, I'm sick everywhere. There's been 3 generations of sick in that bowl. It's the closest thing we've got to an heirloom.
2 points for both Rob and Ed. Come on back.